I keep seeing videos saying that Gen Z doesn't care about anything or Gen Z doesn't care. And honestly, as someone that is part of the Gen Z generation, I'm getting pretty tired of it because it's just not true at all. We do care. We care a lot about things. Like, I think this is a complete misrepresentation of who we are. It just doesn't always look the way people expect it. We care in different ways. But here's some reasons why other generations think we don't care. I compiled a few, and I think these are what are most apparent in our society and what people are thinking when they say we don't care. Also, I am speaking for all of Gen Z here. So this is a holistic opinion for my generation, not based only on my situation as a Gen Z person. It's not tailored to me. This is me giving a blanket answer for my generation. So number one, everything costs more money now, right? People say we're unmotivated, but things are simply just more expensive relatively than they used to be. You know, you think about housing, food, cars, even basic life stuff, right? Most of these things are in general relatively more expensive than they were back generations in the past, 30, 40, 50 years ago. And when a generation is stressed about money, it makes it hard to enjoy the simpler things. And it comes off like we don't care, right? But it's not that. It's that our generation is more so stressed on trying to survive and make it in life. Number two, college isn't a guaranteed path anymore. And this kind of ties with number one, but older generations grew up, believing college essentially equals a job, right? Like if you went to college, you were almost guaranteed a job and it was a great path to go. And for us, college is still a solid path. I'm not saying that, especially if you have a great plan. But college also comes with a lot of debt. A lot more debt, I believe, than it used to back in the day because people had more of a plan going into college because they came out with a higher paying job and could pay it off quicker. Now people are going into college and coming out with no job plan, right? And so really, college now just equals guaranteed debt, unless you're lucky and have no debt, and maybe a job, right? But it's not guaranteed. We're not necessarily careless about this, though. We're just cautious about it. And Gen Z, my generation, is simply questioning this system and systems that don't work the same way they used to be. Number three, social media has drained everybody, right? Constant comparison, constant pressure, constant noise, all these things, right? It's hard to show enthusiasm as a generation when your brain is overloaded on this stuff 24/7. Like, we grew up with this stuff, kind of, right? Some of us did. I was more on the tail end of that. It was more prevalent when I was going into high school. But again, we all grew up as kids going into adulthood with this stuff. And we've overwhelmed ourselves with an addictive substance that we all abuse equally, right? Social media is so hard to get away from, and it's super dangerous because it just consumes our lives. And it doesn't leave a whole lot after you're done on it, right? It just sucks the life out of you because you're just spending so much time on it, and it makes you a zombie. And it comes off like we don't care, but it's not necessarily that. It's that we're just this force is sucking out our life force, guys. I don't know another way to describe it, but it's not us. It's that we need to become stronger than this thing, and we need to overcome it. Number four, we complain a lot, right? So social media has created an outlet for Gen Z to speak their minds on anything, right? You can find an opinion on anything. You can even look on my channel, of course, too, but there are so many channels out there where people are just speaking their mind and speaking their opinions, right? And a lot of people's opinions are spoken, and other generations perceive that as we're not caring, or we say something and it seems like we don't care. But that's just not true. It's just we speak our minds because we care. We post on social media because we have something we want to say and we care. Other generations would do the exact same things if social media was available to them, right? Older generations. That's the funny thing. And it would be the same way if Gen X or whatever, or I don't know, the baby boomers, all these older generations, if they were in our spot now, they would likely be acting the same way. And number 5, and I saved this one for last because it's perhaps the most relevant and something that people don't take into context. Gen Z is super young and still figuring things out. We know nothing, basically. Like, you don't know anything in life until you're probably past the age of 30. And I can't even say that because I'm 25 years old. But if you hear most people, right, like especially other generations, oh, you can screw around in your 20s and it doesn't matter and you have to get your life together in your 30s. That's like general life advice. And there's some truth to that, right? Like you can screw up every day of your life in your 20s and turn around in your 30s and be golden, right? But, we are still in this identity stage as a generation, trying to figure things out, trying new things, failing at things, right? Changing directions consistently. And that's not caring, right? That's literally what being young is supposed to be. And other generations expect that we are at the same maturity level as them when they are talking about like this about us, but they're forgetting where they were at when they were our age, right? So yeah, Gen Z does care, we do care. We care about our future. We care about the world. We just express it differently, right? And in different facets, right? And we're dealing with challenges no generation before us has had to face at this scale. And when I say that, I mean we have unique challenges that we have to face, and every generation has that. So the next generation after us, I think it's called Gen Alpha, but you can correct me if I'm wrong, they will have different challenges to face compared to Gen Z. And that's just the reality of life. It's the nature of life. So let's push back on this narrative, guys. Get the Gen Z wagon together here, and let's push back, because it's not that we don't care, we do care. And by showing that caring doesn't always look loud, I think that's important, Sometimes it's not loud, right? And sometimes caring looks like trying, and sometimes it might look like just surviving, and sometimes it might even look like just figuring yourself out, but caring is still caring. Peace out.